I think he only had 2. Who knew? And how about them Cowboys? I didn't even need the 7 points. We won it straight up on the field. Take that.
Your day coming.
Woo!
Let's go Thanksgiving. Let's go watch it.
Did you sleep last night? You're riled up right now. Too much Mountain Dew over there for you. Yes. The Cowboys did beat the Vikings, and this is going to be a long day for me. Skip's Cowboys rode Ezekiel Elliott to their 3rd win of the season against the Vikings on the road yesterday. Zeke had his first 100-yard game of the season, and Andy Dalton threw 3 touchdowns in his return, including 1 to Elliott. Dallas is now in a 3-way tie with New York and Washington for 2nd in the NFC East behind Philadelphia. And after the win, Zeke said, quote, "We've got to make sure we build on the success and keep getting better." So, Shannon, did the Cowboys look like a team that could win the NFC East?
That's easy. This NFC East is pathetic. Let's project out. Does it look like a team that contended in the NFC? Absolutely not.
That wasn't the question.
Skip, here's the thing. It's easy. Because that division is pathetic.
Then you just admitted it was easy.
They win on Thursday. They will be in first place with 4 wins. That's not saying anything.
Home playoff game, baby.
How about it? Come on, Skip. Come on. Look, I'm going to give them credit. They played extremely well yesterday. They got back to their bread and butter. They were able to run the football with Zeke. Zeke looked fresh coming off the bye week. Tony Pollard ran really hard. What did they have? 31 attempts, 180 yards, and now the play action was there for Andy Dalton. 22 of 32, 203, and a touchdown, 3 touchdowns. So when you can run the football, that's what let's not overcomplicate this thing. When they can run the football and they have as many rush attempts as pass attempts, the Cowboys can stay close in every game. The defense didn't play great, but they were opportunistic. They made plays when they needed, especially that last drive to keep the Vikings from even getting in field goal range. D-Law got it started early, got the sack. The DB, I forget the number 37.
Donovan Wilson. You better remember his name. He's emerging.
Grabbed and pulled the ball out of Kirk Cousins' hands before he was able to get to the turf. And so give them credit, Skip. They were very opportunistic yesterday. They ran the ball. They looked like a team. But this is the NFC East, Skip. This is not the This is not the AFC North. This is not one of these divisions where you got a team that has 8, 9 wins in it. You got 4 wins. Hold on. Let's see. 3. So in other words, they got as many wins combined as the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hey, and we're over here talking about, it doesn't look like a team that could win the NFC East. Anybody can win the NFC East. That's not saying anything.
Well, there are only 4 in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Okay. So they all have 3.
So we gonna shake them up, Skip, shake the bag up? Okay. Whoever comes out of this shaking bag, that's who's gonna win. But I give them credit for yesterday, Skip. They played well. This is the best we've seen the Cowboys look this entire season. And they didn't let the Vikings get too far ahead and have to play catch up. So the running game was viable throughout the entirety of the game. Can they win this division? Sure. And I said this, even if they had won no games, because nobody had run away with the division, they were always going to be a player in the division. But all things being equal, if you say right now, who do you think? I would probably say the Giants, but I probably trust their quarterback less than I trust Andy Dalton.
Really?
Yes.
So you say Andy Dalton is the best quarterback remaining in the NFC East, including your man, Give It To Him Wentz, who now has by 5 the most turnovers in the entire league.
I said I like the Giants, but I trust their quarterback less than I trust Andy Dalton.
Aha.
That's what I said.
You did not mention the Eagles that you picked to win the division.
I'm not talking about them.
You're not talking about them.
I'm not talking about them right now.
It is my turn. Thank you. Finally. It feels like we haven't won a game that mattered for like 3 years.
It does.
Finally, we went on the road for the first time this year.
Is that really a road game with no fans?
It was a road game. It was way up there on the frozen tundra of Minneapolis.
Man, there's air conditioning in that bit of a dome.
And we were 7-point dogs, and nobody gave us a chance, including me. I did not think they could win that game. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They finally looked like a real football team with a real defense and a real offense that made plays that had to be made, and real special teams. And I finally sat back at the end of the night and I said, that's the team I thought would win the East this year. This team is now the best team in the East. This team has the best opportunity to win the East because its remaining schedule is the second easiest in the whole national fields in this division later. But suffice it to say that the other schedules are much, much harder than the Dallas Cowboys' remaining schedule. I believe my team is now in the catbird seat because guess what? I had a Zeke sighting. He didn't even do this yesterday, but he actually qualified to be doing some of this yesterday because of a critical move during the bye week of Zach Martin, one of the best linemen in pro football, from right guard to right tackle. It solidified everything. Connor McGovern, who's got some talent, at least you can kind of hide him as a young player, second-year player at right guard. Right. And all of a sudden, Zach Martin was road grading off the edge, and Zeke was looking for Zach Martin and running behind him. And Zeke's thunder was complemented once again by the lightning of Tony Pollard. Just when you get used to the fullback runs of Zeke, all of a sudden, there he went off the edge, got loose. It was a horrible effort by one of the Minnesota DBs. I don't know what he was doing, but it's okay with me.
We'll see what happens in a
we
situation
lulled you to sleep with Zeke's fullback runs.
Yeah, the cornerback, Skip, he has to come right now, and he has to give a better effort than that because you watch the receiver go crack the safety. So now you got to, that's the support. You are now support. And one hand is not going to get it done. And
once Tony Pollard actually got loose in the secondary, he was actually gone. Yeah. Do you realize that was my first run all year of 30-plus yards, and it went for 42? Zeke is more of a plow horse now. We know that. Yes. But all of a sudden, you have a complement, some lightning to the thunder. And how about my man CeeDee Lamb yesterday? Was he not the difference maker that I said he would be the night they drafted him? It's a program changer. It's a life changer to get CeeDee Lamb, and he made the play of the game because I believe he made the catch of the year in the National Football League, if we could see that, to put them up 13-7. Wow. And it was the kind of play that makes the rest of the team say, God, we got that guy on our side.
Well, Skip, if you think about it, late in the ball game, Minnesota had a chance to put it away because the DB undercut Schultz on the slant, and he missed it. And it gave him a second opportunity. You got to cash in those, Skip. You got to cash in those. You got it. You guessed right.
Well, I think we're talking about CeeDee Lamb right now. Are you trying to ignore that?
Skip,
How could you ignore that play?
Skip.
That's the catch of the year.
Stop it. It's not the catch of the year.
Flip in midair.
Skip. It ain't the catch of the year.
Crash up to his back and hold on to the football. It was the play of the year. Trust me, that whole bench said, oh, my God, we got a playmaker.
So we just went from last week, DeAndre Hopkins possibly having the greatest catch of all time, to now this was the season.
Well, I didn't say that. You said that.
I didn't say that. But this definitely not the catch of the year.
Well, we'll get into that a little later also. And finally,